Dude, you made two pieces that are my favorite.
Yeah.
Based on what I've seen. And I got to ask you about them.
Okay.
First one, the one who walks his path. You remember this one?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that joint.
Yeah. So the piece, if you look at it, he looks like he's kind of looking off into, you know, deep thought or meditation. And it's ultimately about navigating that space in your head, that space in your physical reality of doing those things that are necessary for you to be who you were called to be, for you to walk in the purpose that you meant to be walking in, and dealing with the obstacles that come with that path. And, you know, how do you overcome that? How do you come out on the other side a diamond? So those are all the thoughts that went into making that. And then how can I express that with the paint, the color, the material? And so I use a lot of vibrant paint in that piece. I use glass, things of that nature. So
he looks, I don't know if defeated is the right word, but he definitely looks like he done been through some shit.
Yeah. And I wanted that to come through because that's real, you know.
Yeah.
We a lot of time we show the pretty side, but the fact of the matter is, man, it's not no easy thing to do. To commit to your path and to be able to walk it and constantly eliminate those things that are hindering your speed and walking in that path. And it's a tough process, but ultimately it has some colorful fruit.
Yeah. Are you you more at peace with yourself now that you've been walking in your path?
Yeah. Yeah. I still often, you're always gonna have questions about things, especially as an artist. That's just the way our minds go as creatives. So that's something that I'm learning to navigate. But being able to ask those constructive questions that I know are gonna bring a lot of wisdom in once I get on the other side of the answer, and then dwelling in the space between the answer with more optimism, more joy. And that's something that I had to learn, you know. That's something that can destroy a person. You asking a question that you don't know the answer to, you don't know where the answer is going to come, or if there's an answer for it. You may fear the answer, but you ask it anyway. You're brave enough to ask it anyway, and then trust God for the answer. You know there's an answer. But in that space, you have to feed your mind in a way that allows you to still operate your day-to-day successfully and with a certain amount of joy and a certain amount of optimism, and not living in a anxious, worrisome mind. And that's something I had to learn.
It's like being in the, it's like being in the boat,
right,
in the storm, and everybody wilding, and Jesus is there, calm.
Yeah,
it's just like you just gotta, like that faith thing is huge. And I think the best, I feel like the best way for us to demonstrate our faith and trust is to walk that path. It's almost like I was having a conversation with my brother the other day, and I was like, Jesus still went to the supper, bro. He still went.
Yeah.
He knew what was gonna happen.
He didn't show it on his face,
but he had to go.
He had to go.
And we all have that version of that level of faith to our path that we've got to move with and take. And when you got black people, black men doing it, for real, that's a beautiful thing to demonstrate to other black people, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, for somebody like you who had options, it's sports and some other things, like you picking this path, that's a blessing for another person to sit and witness, man. And like our lives, like is similar to the work isn't ours either. You know, to a large, you know, we're here to be of service to something bigger and greater than ourselves.
Right.
Now the question is, what is your relationship to that process? Because even if you, like you said, the space between, that's the answer.
Yeah.
When you really think about
it. It is. And look, I'm just now getting there.
Yeah.
The character part, that comes into play. That's the most important thing. The whole idea or goal, you should say, one of the biggest goals is to have that character in those moments and to be able to bear the fruit of that. Even in the midst of trial, in the midst of everything going crazy, in the midst of not seeing what you were promised, having to hold that integrity and that character in that space. Once you can master that, that's what it's really about. Yeah. That's when you move on a different type time.
Yeah.